My name is Kyle Bain. I'm a nonfiction television producer, and I also conducted the research for 100 Years of Beauty in Italy. Hair and makeup and beauty trends were really heavily influenced by Italian designers, both their personal aesthetics and the looks that they sent down the runway and in their campaigns. In the 1910s, the biggest beauty trends were very Grecian, and it was largely a result of an Italian designer, Mariano Fortuny, who created the must-have dress for everyone, and those sort of Grecian curls and circlets and those hair and beauty trends really followed suit. So for the 1920s, there was really only one choice, Elsa Schiaparelli, and she is a huge beauty icon. She's probably best known as a rival to Coco Chanel. Not only were her designs really influential, but her personal aesthetic and her personal sense of beauty became hugely important. Her designs were all about that sort of new femininity that were graceful but also very functional. And that sort of empowered femininity, I think, is reflected in her hair and makeup choices as well. In 1935, under Mussolini, we see the foundation of the Italian Fashion Society, which was all about creating a distinctly Italian look. And it didn't really work. Hollywood glamour from the States was still hugely popular, and we see that reflected in a big way. That's why we chose the thin brow, the long lashes, the red lip, the long hair. In the 1940s, you might notice that our model is not wearing any makeup. She's very unadorned. She has a very simple, practical fishtail braid. And that is a result of World War II. Italian fashion and beauty was just, the whole industry was effectively dismantled. So the 1950s is really the birth of Italian beauty as we know it today, and it's largely a result of post-war reconstruction. And we chose Pucci for the 50s because they really encapsulated the Italian look, as it came to be called. And the Italian look was very fun and flirty and relaxed, as opposed to the Parisian fashions of the time, which had kind of previously dominated American focus. For the 60s, we chose to model our looks after Valentino, because he really embodied the sensibility of the era and was hugely popular at the time. So Valentino is all about a kind of refined elegance and glamour. We couldn't do the 70s without doing Missoni. They're practically synonymous. And Missoni is all about that it's kind of the logical conclusion of Pucci. It's that very relaxed, casual elegance that we've come to associate with the Italian style. I loved the look that came together for Versace in the 80s. Versace was dubbed the king of glitz at his death, and he really understood that in order to make a big splash and have huge mass market appeal, he really tapped into his audience desire to stand out and be noticed. That was really reflected in the hair and makeup of the time, which was big and bold and kind of flirty. The 90s were really dominated by Armani, and Armani was all about simplicity. You don't see any blush or colored lips for the most part. It's really about that minimalist look. In the 2000s, Dolce & Gabbana really had a stranglehold on the Italian beauty market. They were started around '85, and they had a really great recipe for success that was this quintessentially Italian look. The last look, the Moschino look, is very Barbie-esque. It's very vibrant and fun and playful, and that's really what Moschino has always been about. Franco Moschino studied under Gianni Versace, so he really understood the rules of the game. For this look, we pulled from one of the most recent Moschino collections, which has a very Barbie vibe. And recently, you've been seeing Moschino styles pop up on all of your favorite icons, like Rihanna and Miley and Katie and the whole gang. Everyone's wearing Moschino today. Sometimes I think that people forget that beauty is a business, and it's a big business. In the 50s during Reconstruction, it really brought the Italian economy back to life and has put them on the map and kept them there. I love fashion and beauty because it is the one game that everybody has to play. Whether you like it or not, you're playing it. When you walk out the front door, you are in the beauty game. When you get dressed in the morning, you're in the beauty biz. And so everyone has a stake in this, and that's why I think this series is so popular.